accounting ratios. We finished share.
So you are talking about this is what in school you have
Yes.
covered this part, or in the coaching?
No, in school.
In school, okay, all right. Okay, so see, here at night we have the ongoing batch, and we already have few students in this batch. So I'll be continuing from the admission of a partner. So do you have any idea about admission of partner? See, we are still covering the fundamental of the partnership, wherein I've already covered the very basic concept of the partnership, like the meaning of the partnership, the partners capital account, revaluation account. All these points are already covered. So do you have any idea about the revaluation account, the partners capital account, all these things?
Oh, yes, I do.
You do have the idea. Okay. All right. So do you also know about the admission of a partner?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So could you please tell me what do you understand by admission, and what ground a partner can be admitted to the partnership?
Oh, yeah. A partner, he has to bring goodwill,
Mm-hmm.
his share of goodwill, and he has to bring his capital, the one that's decided among the partnership deed in the partnership deed,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to bring his own goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's it. And then after the new partner joins the firm, he'll also get a dividend in the profit as
Mm-hmm.
per the partnership deed.
Okay. All right. All right. So see, since there is one more student in this batch who is not available today, I'm currently teaching admission of a partner to him. So we will start our session with this topic only, admission of a partner, and then later we will be covering all other topics. The topics that you have missed, I'll also be covering those topics, and the topic, then obviously the remaining part of the syllabus will also be covered. So is it okay if we continue our session with the admission of partner?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's continue with the admission of partner. So first of all, in this topic, we need to understand the meaning of the admission of a partner. So what is actually admission of a partner? Admission simply means, so one thing that I wanted to say before starting this session. See, there's some problem with my camera today. My phone, my camera is not working. There's some connectivity issue, and whenever I am trying to connect my camera, there is some audio. My audio starts breaking. So therefore, I've turned off my camera. So is it okay to continue this session without the camera? No? Shifa and Zainab. I won't be able to turn on my camera today.
Yes, sir. Yes,
There
sir,
is
it's
some
fine.
problem with my camera, so
Yes, sir.
you will have to manage the entire session without the camera. Okay. All right. So let's just first of all understand the meaning of the admission. Just a minute. Okay. So admission simply means introducing or bringing in some new person into the partnership. Admission means introducing a new person into the partnership. New person as a partner in the ongoing partnership. All right. See, there is a provision in the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Indian Partnership Act, Indian Partnership Act 1932. There is a provision which says that the provision is specified under section 31 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, which says that if any a person needed to be admitted to the partnership, such person can only be admitted if the consent of all the partner is there. Consent of all the partners should be there. That means unless and until all the partners, unless and until approval of all the partners is given, no new person can be admitted to the partnership. Let's suppose, for example, there are three partners X, Y, and Z, and they want to introduce A. Let's suppose X want Mr. A to become their partner. So when it comes to the admission of Mr. A, X, Y, and Z, all of them will have to be consented. All of them collectively will have to give the approval regarding the admission of some of such part of this partner. Let's suppose Mr. X is agreed, Mr. X have given the approval, Mr. Y have given the approval, but only Z is opposing the admission. So since Z is not in the favor of admission of such person, then this person cannot be admitted into the partnership even when the majority of the partners are agreed. So when it comes to the partnership, admission of a partnership, the rule of majority does not apply unless and until 100% partners agree. Even let's suppose if there are 10 partners and 9 are in favor of the admission of a new person, only one person is opposing, then also no new person can be admitted. All right. So this is what the admission, the provision of the Indian Partnership Act 1932 says. Now, the next thing. See, whenever a new person gets admitted to the partnership, he will have certain rights. Obviously, he will have certain rights and duties will also get attracted to him. Rights and duties will be there. Like, what will be the right? First of all, the right will be to share the profits of the business in the future. Like, and similarly, duty will have to bear the losses. He will have to bear the losses of the firm, obviously in the agreed proportion or in the agreed ratio. So profit and losses need to be borne by the new person. Similarly, there is one more right. Right is to share the assets of the business. He will have control. He will have complete control and access over the assets of the business. But at the same time, he will have to also bear the liabilities of the business. So this is the right and this is the liability. This is the duty, you can say. Similarly, if a new person get admitted to the partnership, he will have to bring his share of capital. He will have to contribute capital into the partnership. He will have to bring capital at the time of entering the partnership. Like the old partner must have invested. Similarly, the new person need to be invest certain amount. And also, sometime depending upon the question, the new person who is entering the business, he will also have to bring some premium by way of goodwill. Premium for goodwill is also required. Premium for goodwill is also needed. Got it. So these are few rights and duties that get attracted. There are numerous rights and duties of the new partner. We are just covering those which are essential from the accounting point of view. So profit and losses need to be shared. He will have the complete he will be entitled to claim the profit and he will have to bear the losses. He will have complete access over the asset and liability. He will have to contribute his share of capital, and also he will have to bring some premium by way of premium for goodwill. All right, I hope these points are clear to both of you.
Yes, sir.
Then is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, just Zainab, you are attending the session again. You were there in the
Yeah,
previous
it
session,
was
na?
11, it was both.
Oh, all right. And why is that for?
Because I'll be having exams of both classes, like together in same year.
So you
Of
are
11th and 12th both.
you have the CBSE board, right?
Yeah.
So you are non-attending NIUS.
Yeah, I'm attending NIS.
Okay, all right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, see. So admission of partner. When it comes to the provision, it says that as per section 31 of the Partnership Act 1932, a person can be admitted as a partner if all the partners are agreed for the admission of a new partner. Number one. Then a new partner will have the following rights and duties in the partnership firm. Rights such as profit and losses in the future. He will have to share the profit and loss in the future. Right to share the asset and liability. New partner will have to bring his share of capital. New partner will have to compensate for sacrificing partners by paying a premium for goodwill. to the existing partner. All right, so if it is clear to both of you, please note this down quickly so that we can move to the other provisions of the admission of partner. Shifa, do you have any doubt? You want to ask anything?
No, sir.
All right, please note this down quickly and tell me, or just finish and let me know when you are done. Done, both of you. Please tell me as soon as you're done.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir, done.
All right, I'm just waiting for Zainab to finish. Then we will continue.
Done, sir.
Done, okay. All right, now move to the next point. The next thing is adjustment required at the time of admission. So see, whenever a new person get admitted to the partnership, whenever a new person joins the partnership, it requires 5 types of adjustment. So it depends upon the question, obviously, but generally speaking, whenever there is a partner get admitted to the partnership, at the time of admission, we need to do, basically adjustment is required regarding the following. 5 types of adjustment will be required. Firstly, we need to calculate the new profit sharing ratio after the admission of the new after the admission of a partner. We need to find out the new profit sharing ratio. Like for example, earlier if the partners were sharing the profit and losses in the ratio of 2:2:1, and they have admitted A, Mr. A. So after admission of a new partner, what will be their new share? What will be the new profit sharing ratio of the partner? That we will have to first of all determine. So this is what we call the adjustment number 1, calculation of NPSR or new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio, or sometimes depending upon the question, we need to find out the sacrificing and the gaining ratio of the partners as well. Sacrificing and gaining ratio. Okay, so this is adjustment number 1. Adjustment number 2 is about we need to prepare the revaluation account. Once partners are admitted, we need to prepare the revaluation account, and valuation of the goodwill will also be required, or treatment of goodwill will be required. Treatment of goodwill will be required. Number 3. Then one more thing is we need to prepare the revaluation account, and yeah, adjustment regarding the reserve, accumulated profits and losses. All these things will also be required. So adjustment will regarding the reserve, accumulated profit and losses will be required. So you don't have to be worried about what are these topics. We will be covering all these things one by one. You don't have to be worried about what am I actually writing. I'll be covering these points one by one. And then at last, sometimes question also requires us to do the capital adjustment. So there are 5 calculation needed to be done whenever partner get admitted. First adjustment will be regarding the first calculation, in fact, will be required for the calculation of NPSR. The second calculation may be required for the revaluation, then treatment of goodwill, then adjustment regarding the reserve, accumulated profit and losses, and the capital adjustment. All these points are required to be calculated or adjusted whenever partners get admitted to the partnership. So what am I going to do? We'll start the discussion with the calculation of the new profit sharing ratio. But before that, I just want you to note this down. I just want you to write it down. Please note these 5 adjustments. Adjustment or calculation required at the time of admission of a partner is calculation of new TSR, sacrificing and gaining ratio, valuation of goodwill and its treatment, adjustment of reserve, accumulated profit and losses, revaluation asset and reassessment of the liability, adjustment of the capital if required. Note it down. Let me know as soon as you are done. Then we will start with the question. We will continue with the calculation of the new profit sharing ratio. And then one by one, we will cover all these points. Obviously, we won't be covering all these points in the today's session itself. We will be covering, it will take a long time to cover all these 5 adjustments. But we will start with the calculation of new PSR, then the valuation of goodwill, then adjustment, revaluation, and the adjustment of the capital.
Done, sir.
Okay. You're also done.
Oh, yes, sir, done.
Okay. All right. So now let's start with the first adjustment, that is calculation of new PSR, new profit sharing ratio. So in order to understand how do we calculate new profit sharing ratio, let's just start with a question. So we'll start with this question: X, Y, and Z are partners. Just ignore the serial number of the question for the time being, since this is going to be your first question. But as per my syllabus, this is the 93rd question. So, but just for the time being, just avoid the question number. Just focus on the question. Question is saying that there are three partners X, Y, and Z, right? And their profit sharing ratio is given as 5:3:2. Currently, they are sharing the profit in the ratio of 5:3:2. They admitted A into the partnership and give 1/5 share of profit. We need to find out the new profit sharing ratio. Okay, so I hope the question is clear. There are three partners X, Y, and Z, right? Their profit sharing ratio is given 5:3:2, and they are now admitting Mr. A, and A is coming for how much share? He will be sharing 1/5 share of the profit. Okay, so I hope the question is clear. We need to find out the new profit sharing ratio in this question. Shifa and Zainab, the question is clear, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me show you how this question will be solved, and then I'll be giving you one similar question so that you can also try it yourself. So let me just for the time being solve it. Solution. So currently the existing profit sharing ratio is how much? Existing profit sharing ratio of X, Y, and Z is given, which is 5:3:2, 5:3:2. All right. So can we also write it this way? 5:3:2 can be written as 5/10, then 3/10, and 2/10. Is it possible to write it this way also? Shifa and Zainab, do you guys
Yes,
understand
sir.
this? Yes
Yeah.
or no, Zainab?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if it can be written as 5/10, 3/10, 2/10, that means now this is the old sharing ratio of the partners. Now what is happening? They are admitting a new person, new partner. So new partner share is how much? New partners share is, who is a new partner? Who is Mr. A is the new partner, right? So A is going to take 1/5 share of the profit. 1/5 of profit. This will be the share of the partner. All right. I haven't started the solution yet. I'm just simplifying the question, whatever given in the question. Now let's just understand. Let's start with the calculation. See, since it is written there that Mr. A, who is a new partner, will be acquiring 1/5 share of the profit. The question is that we don't have, we don't know the total amount of profit, and we don't know how much profit he will be getting. So for the sake of simplifying it, let's just take the total amount of profit or the total share of the firm as one. Total share of the firm as one. Just a minute. See, let the total share, let the total share be equals to 1, and this total share will be distributed among all the partners. Out of this 1, everybody is going to take certain proportion, X, Y, Z, and A. But the thing is that How much A will be acquiring out of it? It is already given in the question, 1/5. A will be acquiring 1/5. So that means after giving it to A, after giving 1/5 to A, the remaining can only be shared between X, Y, and Z, right? So what we can do, we can just subtract 1/5 out of it. So what will happen then? See, after subtracting 1/5 out of 1, we will be able to determine the remaining amount of share. Remaining amount of share after the A share, 1/5 share for A. So what will be the remaining share of for the other partner? Remaining shares for X, Y, and Z. What will be the remaining share? So it will be 4/5. Is that correct? Zainab and Shifa. So
Yeah.
remaining share will be 4/5. Everybody is able to understand this equation. So let me make it more clear. If
Yes,
1 minus 1/5, we can simply take the LCM. It will be 5 minus 1. So the remaining share will be 4/5. So I have just written it directly, 4/5. So this is the remaining share. And the question is that who is going to take the remaining share? Who will be sharing this remaining share? This remaining share will be shared between X, Y, and Z, right? So and the thing is that in what proportion they will be sharing the share. So let me write it this way. New profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio. To determine the new profit sharing ratio for X, Y, and Z, what we will do, we will just multiply the remaining shares, right? Remaining shares multiply with the old share of the partner. So that means X new share will be how much? It will be the remaining share, which is 4/5, and old share of X was how much? Old share was 5/10. Is that correct? Old share of X was
yes,
5
sir.
upon 10. Is that right now? Yeah, okay. Then for Y, for determining the Y's new share, what we will do, we will simply take the remaining share as 4/5, then multiply it by 3/10. That was the old share of the Y, 3/10. Right. And similarly, we'll do it for the Z share. That is 4/5 into 2/10. Right, everyone? So we can just calculate this and we will get 5 into 4 is how much? 20. 10 into 5 is how much? 50. Then 4 into 3, 12. And 5 into 10, 50 again. Then 8/50. Is this clear? Is this calculation clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, we already know the A's share. It is already given in the question. A's new share is already given. A's new share is how much? So A's new share is equal to 1/5. So that means the new profit sharing ratio will be, let me write it this way, 20/50 is to 12/50 is to 8/50 is to 1/5. Is that right? This is for X, this is for Y, this is for Z, and this is for A. But see, always remember that whenever you want to write down the ratios, you just need to ensure that the bases of all the ratios should be equal. Bases of all the ratios should be equal. Now the thing is that in case of x, y, and z, bases are same 50, 50, 50. But in case of a, we have the different base 5. So in order to equalize the base, we must ensure that bases are equal. And if it is not, we need to equalize the base. And for equalizing the base, what we can do in case of a, we can multiply it by 10. We can multiply the numerator by 10 and denominator by 10 as well. We will get the same value in the denominator as the others. So now the share will be 20/50, 12/50, 8/50, and tell me 10.
10/50.
Perfect, very good. So the equation will be, the ratio will be 20:12:8:10, or we can further simplify it. Since all these value are common factor for 2, we can divide it by 2. We will get 10:6:4:5. So this is the final profit sharing ratio of all the partners. Tell me if it is clear or not.
Yes,
10
sir.
is to 6 is to 4 is to 5 is the final answer. All right. So now I want both of you to write this down, and do let me know whenever you want me to scroll down. This is solution for question number 93. And if anybody have any doubt understanding anything, do let me know. Otherwise, just tell me whenever you want me to scroll up or down.
Sir, can you show the question?
Question.
Yeah.
You can also take the screenshot. You don't have to write down the entire question. Just take the screenshot for now.
Okay, done, sir.
Done. Please note down the solution quickly.
Yes, sir, done.
Yeah.
Done, sir.
All right. So I'm just giving you one question. Question number 94, and I want you to tell me the answer for this question. I think this is a very similar question to the previous one. I think I can give you this as your homework as well. A, B's, and C are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 5:3:2. They admitted D as a new partner for 110 shares of profit. I calculate the new profit sharing ratio. So will it be? Is it okay to? Is it okay if I give you this question as your homework? Will you be able to do this question in your homework?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so take it as a homework. Just take the screenshot of this question, please. so that we can move to the next question.
Done, sir.
So done.
So question number 95 will start. In this question, there are two partners, Ravi and Mukesh, who are sharing profit in the ratio of 7:3. They admitted Ashok for 3/7 share in the firm, which he take 2/7 from Ravi and 1/7 from Mukesh. All right. So see how different this question is from the previous one. Okay, in this question, number one, the first thing that is given in the question is the ratio 7:3. That is obviously that was also available in the previous question as well. But here you will notice one thing: they have admitted Ashok. This is the new partner, and the new partner is going to acquire 3/7. Now this question is telling us that from whom he will be acquiring 3/7 share. Earlier in the previous question, it was only written that 1/5 share of the profit will be acquired by the new partner. In this question, it is written that Ashok is going to acquire 3/7 share, and from whom he will be acquiring 3/7, in what proportion he will be acquiring, this is also given. It says that Ashok will be acquiring 2/7 share from Ravi and 1.7 shares from Mukesh. So when you will total 1/7 and 2/7, you will definitely get 3/7, right? So Ashok's total share going to be 3/7, which Ashok is going to acquire from Ravi as well as from the Mukesh. All right. Is it clear? The question is clear. Question is clear, both of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we need to find out the new profit sharing ratio as usual. See, in this case, Ravi and Mukesh will sacrifice. Okay, Ravi and Mukesh will sacrifice. So that means out of their profit sharing ratio, we need to subtract the ratio, the proportion that Ashok is acquired. So let me explain it by solving it. Just give me a moment. Meanwhile, you can take the screenshot of the question just for the reference purpose. Take the screenshot. Okay. Now moving
Done, sir.
to the solution part. First of all, solution to question number 95. Okay. So first of all, question is saying that Ashok is a new partner. Ashok's share will be is equal to it is 3/7, 3/7. And from whom he will be acquiring the share? He will be acquiring the share from the basically the Ravi and Mukesh, right? So we will have to determine, in order to determine the new profit sharing ratio, we will have to find out the remaining share of the Ravi and Mukesh. So Ravi's remaining share after giving 1/7 to Ashok, how much will be the remaining shares? And similarly, we'll find out the Mukesh remaining shares as well. All right. So in order to determine the Ravi's remaining share, what we will do, we will first of all take the Ravi's old share, right? Old share. Let me write it this way. Old share minus the sacrificed share. Right, this way only you will be able to find out the remaining share of Ravi. So old share of Ravi is how much? It is 7/3. That means 7:3 was the old ratio. That means 7/10 was the ratio for Ravi, and 3/10 was the share of Mukesh. Now we will subtract the sacrificing share. So Ravi have sacrificed. How much Ravi have sacrificed? That is given in the question. See, Ravi have sacrificed 2/7. Is that right? 2/7 is
Yes,
being
sir.
sacrificed by. So what we will do, we will just simply subtract 2/7 out of it. 2/7, right? And in case of Mukesh, 1/7. Now we can subtract it. For that purpose, we will have to take the LCM 70, then 49 minus 20, that means 29 upon 70. Is it right? 29/70. Tell me. Yes or no? Guys, please confirm na, Zainab and Shifa. The calculation
sir.
is clear, both of you. 29 by
sir.
70 and 11/70 you will get it by subtracting 1/7 out of 3/10 and 2/7 out of 7/10. You will get 29/70. So this is the remaining share will be the new share for Ravi, and Mukesh remaining share, that is new share for Mukesh, will be 11/70. Okay. So now we can find out the new profit sharing ratio for all the partners. So new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio for all the partners will be 29 is 29/70, right? 11/70, right? And how much is the new partners acquiring? New partner will be acquiring 3/7. 3/70. Is that correct? Sorry, no, not 3/70, 3/7. I'm sorry. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now see, again we have the different base. So in order to equalize the base, what are we going to do, Zainab and Shifa? How are we going to
Multiply the numerator
Multiply
and
by 10.
denominator into 10.
multiply the numerator and the denominator by 10?
10.
10/10. So we will get as 29/70 is to 11/70 is to 30/70. That means new profit sharing ratio is 29 is to 11 is to 30. I hope it is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody want to write it down? Please do it quickly and tell me accordingly so that we can move to the next question.
Okay.
Yes, sir, done.
Yeah, okay. We are waiting to sign up to finish.
Sir, can you show me the question? Done, sir.
Done?
Yeah,
So you are
done.
writing it. Okay. Okay, next question. 96. A, B, and C were partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. They admitted D as a new partner for 1/8 share in the profit, which he acquired 1/16 from B and 1/16 from C. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio. So will you be able to solve this question? Shall I give you 5 minutes to solve the question? Please let me know the answer. Right, Zainab and Shifa, will you be able to solve the question? Shifa and Zainab. Anything that you are finding difficult in this question? This
No,
time we
sir.
have, let me just explain it once. There are three partners, A, B, and C, and their profit sharing ratio is given 3:2:1, and then they are admitting one new partner, D. D is coming for 1/8 share, and this question is also telling us that this 1/8 share, D will be acquiring 1/16 from B, 1/16 from C. So the sacrificing share of the B and C is already given. You need to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. See, the thing is that B will be acquiring the share from the B and C only. D is not acquiring anything from A. So do you understand the meaning of it? It means that A is not sacrificing at all. If A is not sacrificing, that means A is going to retain same number of share. A is going to retain same proportion of share. All right, just give it a try. I'm waiting for you to finish, and
Okay.
otherwise I'll be solving it for you.
Okay.
Just a minute. Done. Shifa, Jainab. Also, let me know if you are having any problem solving it. You guys are still solving it. Shifa, Jainab, please confirm.
Sir, I can't
Yes.
do it.
Sorry,
So
you
just give
can't.
me a minute.
Yes, sir, I can't.
You are not able to solve it. Okay. Shifa, you are still solving it, na?
Oh, yes, sir. I made a mistake, so I had to restart.
You have to restart. Okay. All right. So let me just explain the entire thing to Zainab. See, Zainab, what we'll do in order to solve it, first of all, see, it is already given there in the question that D is going to D is coming for how much share? D will be joining in the business for 1/8 share, right? So D's profit sharing ratio is already given, 1/8. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now question is telling us that D will be acquiring the share from B and from C. So that means, and how much he will be acquiring from B and C, that is also given. So he will be acquiring 1/16 from B and 1/16 from C. Now the question arises, how much he will be acquiring from A? He is not acquiring anything from A. He is acquiring only from A and B. Nothing from, sorry. Is not acquiring anything from A. Is not acquiring anything from A. He is acquiring only from B and C. So that means A is going to maintain same amount of share. Earlier, see, in the question, A share is how much? A share is already given 3:2:6. That means 3/6 is A share, right? A share is how much? It will be
3.
3/6, na? 3/6.
3/6.
3/6, right? So that is what A is going to retain. There will be no change in the share of A. Since D is not acquiring anything from A, D is only acquiring shares from B and C.
Sir,
And
we are getting 6 by adding 3 plus 2 plus 1.
yes. 3
Okay.
plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 6. That means A share is 3/6, B share is 2/6, and C share is 1/6. Right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
See, now pay attention to the solution. See, what is written here? It is saying that B's remaining share will be, B's existing share is how much? B's existing share is 2/6. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So after sacrificing 1/16 out of it in the favor of D, how much will be left? 2/6 minus 1/6, right? And in order to calculate this, we need to take the LCM of it. So 6 and 16. When you will take the LCM of it, you will get 48. 2 3s are 6, 2 8s are 16, and 3 1s are 3, 8 1s are 8. That means 8 into 3, 24, 24 into 2, 48. So LCM will be, I'm sure that you already know how to take the LCM and find out the,
Yes. Yeah.
okay. So that will give us 48 and 16 minus 3 in the denominator, right? And by calculating it, we will get 13/48. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So this will be the B's remaining share, or you can also call it B's new share. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, in order to find out the C's remaining share, what we will do, we will subtract 1/16 out of the C share. C share is already given in the question, na? 1/6. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So by subtracting 1/16 out of 1/6, you should get 5/48. Is that right? 8 minus 3/48, that means 5/48. Is that correct, Janab?
Sir, from where did we get this 8 minus 3?
Where did we? Okay. You know how to take the LCM? You got the LCM of these two values, 6 and 16, as 48. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we need to divide 48 by 6. When you will divide 48 by 6, how much you will get? Tell me. 8.
8.
And 8 into, then we will multiply this by this value, nominator value. So we will get 8 into 1. How much? 8.
8, yes.
So from there we got 8. And now again we need to divide 48 by 16, right? Dividing
Yes,
48
here
by 16, we will get
3.
3. 3 into 1, we will be getting 3,
3.
right?
Yes, sir.
So this is how we got for 8 minus 3. And after
Okay,
subtracting
sir.
8 minus 3, we will get 5/48.
5.
Is that clear to you
48.
now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving on. See, whatever the remaining ratio we have got for B and C, this will be considered as the new ratio, new shares of B and C. Now we can find out the new profit sharing ratio. So since there is no change in A share, it will remain 3/6. B share we have got 13 by 48, 5 by 48, and D share is already given in the question, that is 1 by 8. Is
1
that correct?
by 8.
Now you must be able to see that the
Yes, sir.
bases are not equal. So equalize, in order to equalize the bases, what we need to do, we need to multiply it by 8, numerator and denominator, and then we need to multiply it by 6, both the numerator and denominator. So we will get 48 in the denominator, in the bases. Right? Is that clear, Zainab and Shifa?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
after, once you have multiplied it, we will get the new profit sharing ratio as 24 is to 13 is to 5 is to 6. I hope this is clear to both of you.
Yes, I got that.
Shifa, you got the answer, na?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well done. So Zainab, you want all these to write down? Zainab?
Sir, I'll just take a screenshot, then I'll write afterwards.
Okay, that will be too good. Okay, just do it. You want me to scroll, zoom in or zoom out?
Yeah, a little bit up. Okay.
Okay, just shall we move to the next slide? Tell me, Shifa, Zainab.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this was question number 96. I have given one question for your homework. Now, since the time is over and we are at the end of our session, so I'll be giving you one more question for your homework. Question number 94 was your homework. Question number 95 and 96 we did in the class, and 97. Please take the screenshot of this question 97. This will also be your homework. 97 will be your homework. And one more question I'm going to give you. Done with the screenshot, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Done, Shifa? Okay. Then question number 98. Please take the screenshot of this one as well. So these two questions will be your homework. We will have the next class on Thursday. So make sure you solve this question before attending the next class, and make sure you revise the concept that we have covered in today's class. In the today's session, we were talking about the admission of partner, wherein I have told you that admission of a partner refers to bringing or introducing a new person into the partnership. But that cannot be done unless and until Section 31 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932 is what do we say, complied. Section 31 of the Indian Partnership Act 1931 need to be complied, which is that all the uh, uh, consent of all the partners is important in order to admit a new person as a partner. Then whenever a new person enter into the partnership, I've told you that there are certain rights and duties get attracted to such person. Rights such as the right to share the profit, right to share the asset, but there are certain obligations, like in order to be a partner, he will have to bear the losses as well. He will have to bear the liabilities. He will have to bring in capital, and he will have to bring some amount by way of premium for goodwill asset. Then I've told you that in this topic, in as per our syllabus, admission of partner may require 5 adjustment. That includes calculation of NPSR, new profit sharing ratio, the treatment of the goodwill, then adjustment of the reserve, revaluation, and the adjustment of capital will also be required. So we will be covering all these topics one by one. We started our discussion with the NPSR today. We did 3 questions based on NPSR. We will be doing few more questions based on new profit sharing ratio in the upcoming sessions as well. But just a request, make sure you revise everything before you attend the next class. All right, so I hope everything that we covered in this class is clear. Shifa and Zainab, do you have any doubt, Shifa and Zainab? You want to ask anything?
No, sir, everything's clear.
No, sir.
Also,
Everything's
sir,
clear.
on Thursday, the class will be on the same time?
Your timing will remain same. We will be
Okay.
conducting the class at the same time. If there is any change, you will be notified accordingly. So don't worry
Okay,
about
sir.
that. So do you have any other class other than this as well?
No, sir, I come home at 7,
Mm-hmm.
so I can join classes only after that. So this class is fine for me.
Okay, so the timing for this class is perfectly okay. for
Yeah.
you. All
Yeah, and then yeah.